Hello and welcome back to our F1 Manager series with McLaren as we head into episode 13 in the series, coming off the back of the Hungarian Grand Prix, where Oscar, although not his best result, probably his best race, and he was on the fringes of points, but he just dropped off the pace at the end, coming away in 13th. Lando continues to excel and outperform the car, came away in 8th, and continues that points run for us. And in this episode, we are heading into the Belgian Grand Prix. If you're new to the channel or you're coming back but you're not yet subscribed, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Like the video, really helps out the channel. And please do get involved in the comments. But without further ado, let's kick off with episode 13 and head towards the Belgian Grand Prix. And the first thing we need to look at, as we have some car parts that have failed, one of those being a suspension, and unfortunately we don't have any stocked in the warehouse, so we're going to have to go for an emergency manufacture, which is going to cost us 1.2 million for one, and we're going to risk just going for one. Hopefully it'll be fine on the other car. Worst case scenario, we could go back to an old spec, but we've got quite a bit of money, so we're going to go for an emergency on this one. Another thing we are going to do for both cars is the ERS. We are going to purchase a new ERS part for both cars. As you can see, you only get 2 a year and they are getting pretty low. So we are going to get another one and then we'll run these through practice. Hopefully we can preserve this one till the end of the season. That is unfortunately going to cost us $2.5 million for each. So it's going to be $5 million we lose on doing this. I also wanted to have a look at our pit crew training, as the team has been pretty exhausted and making quite a few mistakes, and my chat had pointed out to actually come away from this total tab and have a look over here, which is a great point and a lot better because we can effectively see the difference that we've got coming into the weekend. So actually by the time we start the race weekend, still not ideal because we're in that weary zone, and then we are going to get exhausted throughout the weekend. So there's not too much I can do at the moment because, as I say, we're resting before this Belgian Grand Prix, but now we can have a much better look at this going forward, and we'll make sure that we're keeping them well rested before heading into the Grand Prix, make sure they don't reach that sort of weary onto exhausted stage. So that will be something we look again at once we finish this Belgian Grand Prix. We have also had scouting come back on race engineers that we looked at. So this is in relation to Will Joseph, Lando's engineer, who turned down our contract offer. I think we left it at around about 1.5 million. So his current salary is close to 1.4. We got up to 1.5. He's still rejecting that. So we thought we may as well see what's out there in the market. The full scouting's come back, and both Bono and GP is coming back with only 5 months left on their contracts. And both of them have got the exact same salary at 1.9 million, which is only 400,000 more than Will. Of course, this is what their base salary is, not when we get into negotiations. They're probably going to want more than that. But I think it is worthwhile exploring this. So I think what we'll do, we'll get into the Belgian Grand Prix. We'll then have the summer break and we'll look at this more closely. We'll maybe do a bit of contract negotiations with both of these to see really what they'd be after in terms of salary. We may not sign them at that point, but it'll give us a good indication of what the difference in salary will be between Will Joseph and either GP or Bono. So we'll go after that once we get to the summer break. But with that, we were ready to jump into the Belgian Grand Prix and start the first practice session. Let's get Oscar out first. Goodbye, Lando.
It helps when you stay on the track there.
As Oscar has gone and had a lockup in this first practice session.
Now this is what happened as they took turn 8.
With Lando literally on his gearbox, no need for that really.
And the car fails to respond.
And Oscar
Just
under pressure
unable
there,
to control
locks it
the
up
car by-
and does Lando a favour. Right, we've got quite a few of the cars taking penalties, so taking new parts. So this could really be an opportunity for us to capitalise this weekend. So we should be ahead of all of these guys. The Alpines was a little bit close there. They're not taking penalties, but Hamilton is, Logan is. That won't really affect us, but the 2 Aston Martins are. So it's possibly going to give us a good chance for good points with Lando. You know, 6th, 7th should be on the cards potentially, depending what our pace is like around Spa, but that is quite interesting. Are we at a sprint weekend?
Welcome,
I feel I've gone and done it again. Because we are at a sprint.
To get going.
Oh, how did I not see that? Completely forgot because I jumped through prepping the car before coming on live stream. Usually I will check the weekend schedule and I've completely forgot to check that in my hurry to get on. Therefore, I've gone and done our setups pretty dirty there. This will now be in Parc Ferme. So this has gone slightly wrong. And Norris underway on his second flying lap then. Let's hopefully get some green sectors. At the moment we're looking alright, but there's cars behind us we expect to go quicker. Hamilton, Alonso, Albon. It's not a faster first sector for Lando, which is a concern. What can Oscar do? He looks like he's got a pretty clear track at the moment. And he has gone green the first sector. Remember, there's only a couple of attempts in this, so Oscar's got a chance to out-qualify Norris, albeit in this first Q1 session. Hopefully we can get both of them through. Checkered flag's now going to fall, so we'll see how many are finished. Just Bottas below us, so under pressure, really. Lando does go green in that second sector, though. Hulkenberg has now finished, not gone quicker than Norris, has gone quicker than Piastri. So Norris, I think, would be relatively safe with Zhou, De Vries and Tsunoda still to go. Can Oscar go green in middle sector? Should be coming up shortly. No, yellow. And there's a yellow flag. I don't know what sector that is in. There's De Vries running wise. Lando comes across the line. Doesn't go quicker. Under pressure then here. What about Piastri? Does he go quicker? No. So we're waiting for Tsunoda, De Vries and Magnussen to finish their laps. Slightly worrying really our pace here. I don't know on the yellow flag there if we had to let off a bit. Tsunoda looks like he's on a in-lap. In-lap. So I think we are through judging by that. By the skin of our teeth. Williams gets out of the way. I don't know if we're held up. Another car out of the way there. Let's see what Norris has got. He's got some traffic as well. Might be on a hot lap though. That Mercedes. I think it's Lewis ahead of us. He looks to be on a hot lap then. So maybe if we can keep pace with Lewis. Oscar's not gone faster in that first sector. Lando has. So Oscar, we're going to need to see some green sectors. If not, we will be out in Q2.
That's the checkered flag.
Hulkenberg has finished. Albon's got a hell of a lap up there, isn't he? Only 4 attempts off pole. Although it's not pole in Q2, but the fastest time in Q2 is 4 attempts, nearly 5 attempts, but good run as we look for these second sectors, and it's not going well for Oscar, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it looks like Oscar will be out in Q2. Unless those sector times have been very marginal by a few hundreds or thousands, and he's going to gain a couple of attempts. Lando as well, not going faster in that middle sector. We're under a lot of pressure here. Might be both cars out in Q2. Oscar is across the line, hasn't gone quicker. Lando is out as it stands, unless he goes quicker here. And I don't think he has. He has not. Worrying for us round here. Doesn't look like the track is suiting our car at all. Of course, we haven't nailed those setups, which is a big issue. So yeah, maybe this second practice session will help before we head into that sprint race. But we are out in Q2. Lando currently 11th. Let's just see if Ocon is on a flying lap. He's jumped us, so...
Okay, that's P14.
Going to be 12th for Norris, 14th for Piastri. We are going to jump up quite a bit because some grid penalties. So, confirmation then, Lando 12th and Oscar Piastri 14th. Just not looking like we've got the pace there. It might be the setup. We haven't nailed setups as yet, so hopefully we can rectify that in practice too before going into the sprint. And as I say, there are going to be a few grid penalties, so we may well start higher up on the grid. As Oscar's had another moment, this time in practice 2, running wide.
Now we're just proceeding through turn 4. Oh, and they need to be watching those track limits. Well, hopefully not a...
As we have a look now, so we did get track acclimatization to 77%. Car parts knowledge for Oscar is 100% because he's not using any new parts. Lando's got a new part, so 88%. Satisfaction, very happy with 95% for Oscar. We did get it up to 88% for Lando, which is still pretty good. Pretty happy with that on a sprint. So overall, that gives a driver prep of 91% for Oscar and 85% for Lando. So is a little bit of an advantage for Oscar coming into this sprint and full race. And just confirmation then of those driver preps, as we say, 91% for Oscar and 85% for Lando. We're going to run on the softs because there should be rain early on from lap 3 to 4.
Here we are.
Here we go then. Lando starting in 12th, Oscar in 14th. We haven't shown great pace. Let's see what we can do in race trim.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Lando straight down the inside, lower than Sargent here. It's a nice start. As Piastri looks like he's got Hulkenberg, but Hulkenberg's going to come back for him through the Rouge, but Piastri is just going to give that one up there. And Sargent did the same to Lando, unfortunately. Alonso and Sainz on the hard tyres. Now that is very interesting. These could go backwards very quickly. They're 2 compounds harder. It's going to be interesting once we settle down into this race to see what happens there. Norris is going to have a go at Sargent here. We do need to get this done because Ocon has nearly got a second on us here. Sargent's all over us here. Lando struggling perhaps. Do we pit with Lando? He's struggling. I feel it's early, but he's struggling so much.
Box this lap. Yeah, confirm.
It might be worth it.
We're boxing
It's a
for an
bit
inter.
early. But Lando was struggling there, so I think it just makes sense to take a risk there. Good stop for the boys as well.
Clear at exit.
So we'll box Piastri at the end of this one. So Bottas has
Now we
spun.
should be able to take a look here. Let's have a look as we go into the 13th corner. And that's it. That's the spin.
Big spin for Bottas. But yeah, I have transitioned to the cumulative tab, and yeah, that does help a bunch.
Oscar pit lane.
Right, Oscar's
Okay,
now
copy.
in. Where does Lando come out on all of this now? Did he lose? Did he gain any time? So Ocon stayed out. So we were fighting with Ocon. So who still got to pit? So no, 1, 2, 3. Might have worked out for Norris. Would have got a bit of heat in these tyres now as well. But yeah, Ocon, plenty of margin. Gasly looks like he's going to make a move on us here. has indeed, as Magnussen as well making a move on Piastri, so certainly struggling around here. I don't know if it's just the track. Coming into it, didn't look like this would be a track that would be sort of a disadvantage to a car. Looked like the car would go quite well around here, so it wasn't obvious to see that we'd struggle around here. So yeah, it's either a track that we're just struggling at, or this is the first sign of our car development that we slowed down probably a good 3, 4, 5 races ago, and maybe we're starting to see that come into effect here, because this raw pace all weekend, we've not had it. Wouldn't be if K-Mag didn't have it on his teammate. But he is going to get it as well after we go through a Rouge. He's going to get it. So it's going to be difficult now to get this. Oh, Jesus! That was very close. Hulkenberg put it into the wall, came back on the track, and Oscar was nearly collected there. I literally moved out of my chair. This is why I was in the cockpit there. I just see him sliding back onto it. Oh.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
Well, he's kept it going. That is very lucky, and that is very handy for us.
Look at the team there. They all knew what that moment meant.
So Hulkenberg's dropped it. That gives Piastri now a clean run at K-Mag. Now we do want the DRS to remain. We want it to remain just until we get K-Mag. Oh, as we say that! Oscar, massive lock-up.
Yeah, locked up.
Here's the replay.
Tyres were very hot on a push.
Let's have a look here as we go into turn 8. That's... oh no, that's not quite what they were...
Well, that is a typical Oscar for you, unfortunately. Lando's very close here. DRS is still enabled. Sargent has not got it on Gasly. So we should have a good opportunity here. Right up the gearbox here. We should have a good chance here with the DRS opening up. Good pace in that Williams though, straight line speed. Lando dips it down the inside. Logan's going to try and hold it out, but he won't have inside for this next corner. And Norris gets it done. So Norris does make a position up to 12th. And DRS closes as we get the overtake done, so that's handy for us. Piastri very close to Hulkenberg here as we're about to finish this race. Max Verstappen has won it from Charles Leclerc.
Over the finish line.
Perez is going to come home in 3rd. Sainz 4th and Hamilton 5th, rounding up that top 5. We come through to the final corners with Lando. Closes in on the Alpines, so it would have been close for another couple of laps, although we'd completely depleted our battery there. Lando is going to come away in 12th. And Piastri getting very close to Hulkenberg, but too difficult to make a move down here.
That is the checkered flag.
Gonna have a go. No, he's not. So Piastri is going to come home in 16th. So as we say, from the sprint results, from the 8 positions giving you points, Max wins it from Charles Leclerc, Perez in 3rd, Sainz in 4th, Hamilton 5th, Alonso 6th, Russell 7th, and Stroll getting the last point in 8th. Albon finishes 9th, Williams showing good pace around here, Ocon 10th. And then one of our poorer results since the start of the season, really, with Lando 12th and Oscar Piastri in 16th. So, we are now about to jump into the race. We are going for a 2-stop. And that for Oscar is going to look like mediums, soft mediums. And Lando is going to go soft, medium, soft. So, Oscar is doing 2 runs on the medium, whereas Norris is doing 2 runs on the soft. As you can see here. So, a bit of a split strategy. And we'll see how that works out. Check, all is good. But with that, I think we're ready to jump in to the Belgian Grand Prix. Here we go then. Our pace has not been great around here. Let's see what we can do at Spa. We are in the dry though. We were in the rain on the sprint weekend. Sprint race, sorry.
And away we go.
Not expected to be any rain across the race. So as we say, we have gone for a split strategy. Lando is starting on the softs, Oscar's going on the mediums. We'll see what we can do across this weekend. So we've gone up a few places because quite a few drivers taken penalties. Hamilton, Alonso, Stroll, Sargent. So they all dropped below us. But they were a lot quicker than us. So let's see what we can do here. We see Stroll right behind us here. Once we get DRS, once Stroll gets DRS across the next lap, he will be past us, if not before then. Obviously, we're still working on the old regs on this game. DRS coming in after 2 laps and not the 1 as it is now. So we'll see if Norris can make some inroads into the AI once they start to drop off their aggressive, as Stroll looks like to go around the outside to take the inside here, and looks like he's going to get that move done now. But Oscar fights it. Stroll still wants it though. He's going to have inside here. And Oscar not giving it up. We're not going to put him on sort of hard defending, anything like that for Stroll. He's not in our race. As we won't watch a replay, we've seen it. It's still not really overtake complete, but he should have it as we get to the chicane at the end of the lap.
DRS has been enabled.
And there we go. Stroll here. Well, is he? Oscar is really fighting this with Stroll. So we'll get DRS, and hopefully we can just stick in Stroll's DRS and bring us closer to his teammate. But when Alonso presumably gets these Hasses, brings us up closer to these Hasses. So we'll just continue to monitor that. Hulkenberg just dropped off completely. He's on the softs, but there's no pace in him whatsoever. As he's just doing a bit of tyre preserving at the moment. So Norris looking like he's going to get this done now on Pierre. Is Alonso going to get straight past him? It'd be handy if Pierre Gasly could hold him up, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Is that a do you get the detection? No, it's an extra detection, isn't it? It's not a double taking of detection on here.
Now this was at turn 1. It's there for the taking.
Some tracks there's only 1 detection line, but I'm pretty sure you get a further detection line up here. So it should be Gasly and Alonso getting DRS as we reach the top of the hill, which might help Gasly in his defence.
Right
Piastri
then,
has got Hulkenberg as well.
Now we're approaching turn 2. The opportunity's there.
It's a much better exit. And through we go.
That puts them in 30.
As we expect Alonso to get us pretty surely here. We're not going to defend hard against Fernando. He's not in our race today. And in a way, it'd probably be easier for us if he did get us. We can stick in his DRS and he can bring us up to Ocon and Albon. Someone's locked up ahead of us. We've heard that. It's Albon. He's not crashed, but he has locked up.
Now this is what happened as they took turn 8.
Oh, big lockup.
Oh, no, that's
misses
not
the
quite what they would
barriers.
have wanted.
Well, we don't need to worry about closing up to Albon now, because he is now 12th. Where's Oscar? Oscar's going to be relatively close to him, not right behind him though. What's that done for Albon's tyres? Yeah, although Oscar's is bad, but we're on full push obviously. Compared to others, he's took a good 6% out of those tyres with that lockup. As Alonso does get us, as I say, we're expecting this.
They decide to give it a go.
Fernando in a much quicker car.
And
Gets that move done. Let's see if we can use Alonso to bring us up closer to Ocon. Magnussen's had a lock-up. He was ahead of us.
Now we can see what happened.
He was ahead of Piastri. We see Piastri and Albon in the background there.
Everything's all
So
right
this
here.
has worked out nicely for Piastri as
Very
well.
heavy on the brakes. What caused that, I wonder?
We'll see Piastri swing by here. There he goes.
Now
Again, to
we're
be
with Lewis
expected.
Hamilton here. It's certainly inviting.
So Lewis is slowly making his way back up the grid as he gets past Oscar. And Stroll gets Lando. So the quicker cars now
Here we
starting
are,
to
down
come
at
through the
turn
grid
7.
after taking their penalties.
There's the opening.
Second Aston Martin now getting past Lando. Fernando is now on the back of Ocon. Gasly is closing back up. So we've seen across this weekend, really, we've not been in a fight with, certainly not the Astons, but even Mercedes and Alpines have had the pace on us. So see how this goes. So Lando having his first pit stop then. Let's see how we do here. As I say, we are expecting the pit crew to be exhausted by the time we got to this race Sunday, so there's not too much we could have done before this race weekend, so hopefully not too bad, but front left's a bit slow coming off. Yeah, poor stop. Be expected, unfortunately, where we're at with the pit crew, but we will have that sorted hopefully after the summer break. So it's cost Lando a good couple of seconds there.
Could be close at exit.
Norris sending it down the inside. Good aggressive move. Gets that one done. Tsunoda going to fight this back though. Might get good DRS here. Let's see what we're like going through a rouge with the grip. Tsunoda. Yeah. Here comes Oscar then. See Lando on the pit straight here. See Oscar pitting in the background. Lando not quite past. And again, we're going to get another slow stop, unfortunately.
Overtaking is very difficult.
4.7.
Back in the rhythm.
Again, 2 seconds slower than we need it at the moment. That's Lando. For a rouge. Lovely move. No fear from Lando through there.
Here's the replay.
What a ballsy
Right, let's have a
move from
look as we
Lando.
go
Look at
into
this.
Turn 4. The gap opens up for them. And Lando
Great
says,
work from
"Well,
Lando
thank you
getting
very
that done
much."
up there. I think we might be a bit too far back though. Let's have a look. Oscar sends it. Oh, lovely work from Oscar. A little bit of a dive bomb from Oscar. That looked to be quite a way back. Reminiscent of the old Danny Rick. Late on the
Now we
brakes.
should be able to take a look.
Where did that Danny Rick go?
Now there's the car of Piastri. The opportunity's there.
Oscar gets that one done very quickly indeed. We're now 2.3 seconds up the road to Yuki. Piastri is already up to Tsunoda. Got really good pace now on these softs, so this should be even, I say, easier. Put himself not in a great position there to get an overtake done. No. Poor work actually that time from Oscar. So much more grip at the moment though. It's going to send it down the inside here. Ah, lovely. Good work from Oscar. Should have done it a little bit earlier with that DRS. Still get that done. And now he's got a lovely gap of 8 seconds. So we go. Can Lando get this done? Keeping the slipstream here. Open up that DRS. Hopefully pull out to the inside and get this done. And he does send it down the inside. Albon's going to try and fight it, but we'll have inside coming through here. Should have this done now. As we do indeed. There are all the moves Lando needed to get done. He's now in free air. Hamilton pits now. How far into that pit stop is he? So we've got a little bit of a margin on Hamilton. We're more than halfway through this race now. Yeah, quite a big margin on Lewis actually there. Yeah, good 8.5, probably 9 seconds by the time he's up to speed. Will Ocon pit this lap? Is Gasly pitting? No. Will Ocon pit? He will not, so surely one of those will be coming in next lap. Norris has got great traction out of that. He might get this done before we get to this corner. Gonna go around the outside, and we are going to get that done on Ocon. Good work. So we are showing a lot better pace in this sprint than we were in this race. Sorry, than we were the sprint.
What happened there? Now the focus is on Lando Norris here.
You see Lando getting this done. Got good traction out of the final corner onto the start-finish straight. That allowed him with DRS to get round on the outside. As he has got us, don't think we can really slow them down without punishing
Here we are following the Alpines.
Oscar too much.
There's the opening.
Where is Ocon? What we could do...
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
Yep, copy.
Just try and sew Ocon off, so we're a net 2.1 off Gasly. Let's just see what this ends up being. We'll hit him at the end of this lap. Feel we can make these softs work on him.
Box this lap. Copy, box.
Now got that gap to 3 seconds, so we're really hurting Ocon here. Didn't do it to Gasly, but this will help Lando. Now up to 3.5. Ocon's race is being absolutely ruined by Oscar Piastri here. Now up to 4 seconds the gap. So he's lost probably 2 to 3 seconds this lap, Ocon.
Oscar pit then.
As we've got a yellow flag.
Now we can
Hamilton's
see what happened.
got Lando
Look at
here.
the Mercedes. Can they squeeze by?
Quite know what's going on there. It's all a bit jittery. Hamilton gets Lando. So right, Oscar in the pit. Let's hope for no mistakes, but yeah, classic. Everyone's car's really long. That is killing us at the moment. 6.8. Now, that is just not good enough, really. Anyway, Piastri's out in a net 14th. No one is going to stop again, so push him to standard.
We can use the pace now.
Here we go. This is likely to be a slow stop again because our crew is absolutely exhausted. They are running on empty, but let's hope it's no more than 5 seconds at least. If we get a sub 3 second, we'll be very happy. Oh, lovely. Well, that's the only good pit stop we've done, but it will be the last pit stop we do, so good job. So the work we've done on Ocon has paid off, and we have stayed ahead of Gasly. Gasly might be all over us here, but we have done a mega little stint there with Lando. Although I think it's more the Alpines running too long that has cost them here. And Lando should be good for 9th place once we just get these tyres up to speed. So we're about to lap Guan Yu Zhou, who's labouring to a last place finish there. Piastri's got DRS this time. sends up the inside, does Oscar. And we take a 13th for now. Logan Sargent's going to want to fight this back as he gets this next helping the DRS. You take a replay of that.
Let's take a look at the replay. Look at the McLaren driver here. The opportunity begging to be taken.
Another good strong move from Oscar, getting it done very quickly. Just see if I think Logan's a little bit too far behind here. Yeah, he is there, but Norris is now 1.2 behind Russell. We're not on the last lap yet. We're not on the lead lap, so we've got a chance here. Sargent's now 3 seconds back, so Oscar will be safe to bring that home. Can we get a couple in positions here, or at least one? Looking for a good exit here. George defends straight away, gives us the inside line though.
This is the last lap.
That hasn't worked out at all for George. And Lando is up into 8th. Well, we were not expecting that. But we will certainly take it.
Here's the replay. Now the
have a look at
focus
this.
is on Lando Norris here.
Didn't quite show in that replay, but George moved very early to the outside. I think he was expecting us to have a better run out for the outside.
8th place is theirs.
But he just opened up the inside, and we take that.
Over the
So Max has won the race. Charles Leclerc second, Sainz in third. Perez is going to be fourth. Alonso is going to be fifth for your top 5. Norris has got Russell charging back at him, but I don't think there's going to be any place for Russell to overtake. And Norris is not going to get close enough to Stroll to make any moves here. But this is a great result for us. We've had poor pace all weekend, and including the sprint race. Points were looking pretty unlikely, but both drivers have had a good race. Piastri, as we say, we're expecting between 12th and 14th, and he's done that again. But Lando Norris is going to bag us another 4 points and the fastest lap, so 5 in total. Another great race for Lando Norris and the team, as Russell and Gasly
Checkered flag.
are going to round up the top 10, and Piastri is going to come away in that 13th
Awesome
position.
job, everyone.
What a remarkable drive by Lando Norris today.
That really was such a strong performance, and they come away from today with a top 10 finish.
You're right, Karun. It was good work. It was lovely work from Lando, and Oscar can be proud. He's getting some consistency. I know he's not getting the points, but he's not on the level of Lando. We should be where the car is. We should be finishing 12th to 14th, and that's where Oscar is finishing consistently now. So he's doing well at the moment. But as we say, let's look at these full results. No surprise, as we always say, Max has won yet another race, followed by 2 Ferraris in Charles Leclerc in second, Carlos Sainz in third. His teammate Sergio Perez down 1 place in 4th. Fernando Alonso took a penalty before the race and a mega drive from him, up 8 places, finishing 5th. But even better is Lewis Hamilton, who started dead last and manages to finish 6th, and beat his teammate by 3 positions with Russell in 9th. Lance Stroll also took a penalty, same as Alonso, up 8 positions to 7th. Lando Norris up 1 position to finish 8th. But as I say, we had a lot of quicker cars behind us in terms of Stroll, Hamilton, Alonso. We had the Alpines ahead of us, so we weren't expecting that at all. I was expecting us maybe to be battling for that last 10th place points position. As I say, across this weekend, our fight has been with Alpine has actually been quicker than us, and we've kind of been battling out with Williams, so around sort of 11th and 12th. So to come away with 8th, we are pretty damn happy with that. Russell, as we say, pretty poor race from Russell, down 4 places to 9th. Problem with a lot of these guys, apart from these front runners, because these top 4 cleared, they had a good buffer to everyone else. Those from 5th downwards, Russell, the 2 Alpines, it really went too long on that first run. Then they got stuck in the pack when everyone else was sort of going for their, or everyone had already pitted. So that really cost them. So yeah, poor race from George. Gasly down 2, finishes 10th. Then we've got Albon, who down 5 places. So not great race pace in the end from Williams. Ocon also down 5 places. So as I say, they're in this bunch of taking too long to make that first pit stop. Oscar Does go down 1 place, but as I say, we had a lot of those faster cars behind us. So a really good race again from Oscar in 13th. And as we've said, Lando taking that fastest lap. So let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship. Another 33 points for Max. So this is both race and sprint points. So he extends his advantage on Charles Leclerc, with Sainz now jumping up to 3rd, 2 points on Sergio Perez in 4th. Fernando stays 5th, getting a further advantage on his teammate Stroll. George Russell is 7th, but Hamilton makes good inroads to him, gaining 8 points, so only 3 between the two Mercs now. And Lando Norris takes another 5 points, so now up to 42, making 9th place his own at the moment, with Ocon remaining in 10th, not scoring this weekend with 28. I believe Gasly's got 1 point this weekend, so he's up to 11th. So Norris still got a chance to finish 9th in this year's Drivers' Championship. As we keep saying, we've seen it kind of across this weekend where the Alpines, Williams, their developing is now coming at us. So we may be struggling to score big points. We may still be able to get the odd 1 or 2 across some races. So yeah, it'd be great if we can get Lando that top 10. Oscar yet to score, but as I say, his race performances are improving with that 12th to 14th finish now consistent. Let's look at the constructors then. Red Bull takes 6 extra points on Ferrari, but there's still a fight to be had there, more because Perez is not on pace with Max. So Ferrari still have an opportunity, just 99 points back from Red Bull. Then a big gap to Aston Martin in 3rd, who have a gap to Mercedes. Mercedes have a big gap to us, McLaren, who jump back up into 5th with those 5 points from Lando. We're now 3 points ahead of Alpine, who only take 1 point. But as I say, I am very much expecting Alpine to finish 5th this year. We will likely finish 6th. And Williams are in 7th with 2 points. Haas with 1, and still AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo yet to score. And there we have it, the Belgian Grand Prix in the books, and actually a surprise across the weekend. As I say, we didn't look like we had the pace through qualifying and the sprint, but the cars came alive in that final Sunday. And yeah, good surprise with Lando finishing 8th and getting the fastest lap, so bringing home another 5 points. And Oscar, another good race for him, expecting him to finish between 12th and 14th, and he's managed that again. So Oscar's really showing some consistency now, and perhaps he will stay in the car for next season, but we'll have to wait and see. Quite a few races still to go, but as always, if you've reached it this far in the episode, please do like the video, drop me a comment, and if you're not already, do subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back very soon with a live stream on Tuesdays and Fridays from 7 PM GMT time, and the next episode will be out very shortly.